Oh my God, Fusco, you know what really chaps my fucking ass?
What's that, Josh?
Playing gigs. Playing gigs as a bagpiper and all the shit that goes with it.
Oh, I'm right with you. Playing gigs is a pain, but you know what really is difficult is setting that shit up.
Oh, it's a fucking nightmare. I'm Josh. This is the Chain Rant Podcast.
You're talking to Andy over here.
And we are the world's worst bagpiping podcast. We are in episode 4 now. We made it to 4 episodes, Andy. Don't you feel special?
I do, actually.
I feel like we've created something. We've birthed this little butt baby into the world, and it's crying and just walking around doing its thing.
It is. It's a living, breathing thing at this point, I think.
Now, Fusco, we have a special guest on the line. Would you like to introduce him?
I would love to introduce my very handsome partner, my poof friend, good friend from Phoenix. His name is Sean Cahill. Hello, Sean. How you doing today?
Is this the part?
Is this the part where you disappear on us?
Like that, it may. that makes you sound like we are a couple. So, I'm going to take that to heart.
Well, I know you were jealous. You mentioned you were jealous last week that I had a relationship with.
I have a couple things that I'd like to point out from your last episode. That,
you know what? That's a perfect segue into our newest segment, Cahill's Corner, where Sean Cahill reviews the things that we did that pissed him off in last week's episode. Take it away, Sean.
Yeah, I mean, first and foremost, Andy went on this long rant about how he loved the bass drummer from Inverary, which obviously we all love Inverary as a pipe band. I had no idea his affinity towards the bass drummer.
Bass drummers in general, I mean, really.
Yeah, well, I mean, that irritated you? That vexed you somehow? Are you just sad that he didn't show those heartfelt feelings of attraction towards you?
A little bit, so.
You're a bit jealous, is that what you're telling me?
And now I'm, yeah.
Hell hath no fury like a Cahill scorn.
Andy's such a big asshole.
Wait, no, I have a big asshole, thanks to you.
Statement there. So.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
Wow, that escalated quickly.
You're welcome. Yeah, that did go. Oh, you didn't give your warning either, but.
My warning?
Not to drop too many F-bombs or anything here.
Oh, we did forget our intro.
Oh, well, we didn't. I mean, figure by episode 4, people are familiar with the formula. Do we have to do like the whole fuck?
I think we should.
What if some poor stumbles onto this like, oh, this might be fun. I'm learning how to play bagpipes, and then the first thing they hear is Andy's butthole's gaping.
Well, let me tell you something, poor young bagpipe student. I'm sorry. I mean, maybe you should have done your fucking homework, and then you would know that we fucking say fuck on this podcast, and we talk about Andy's gaping giant asshole, and then you wouldn't be surprised. God.
If you only listen to the first few episodes, I mean, I blame you. I blame the people that haven't listened to the first few episodes that they
You're
don't know.
shitty fans.
Yeah. I mean, what the fuck?
Go back. Come on. The amount
All right, fair enough.
We say fuck, all right? God damn it.
The amount of running jokes that you've missed out on. Well, granted, I don't know if we have running jokes. This is kind of on a tangent, but from the actual topic. But I had a good friend of ours text me something about, make an inside joke about last week's podcast to me. And she's like, oh, like now that I know blank. And I'm just like sitting there, I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? And she's like, that was from episode 3. Like, do you not listen to your own podcast? I'm like, fuck no, I don't listen to my own podcast. I mean, that'd be egomaniacal as shit. Like, why would I fucking do that?
That's why we hired.
Weird. Yeah,
that's why we hired
Cahill.
Cahill.
Weird.
Cahill's here to review for us.
Yeah, Cahill's Corners for letting us know what we talked about when we were blacked out last week.
Yeah, back to the review is I noticed that you guys had mentioned that there were several positions that needed to be filled within the pipe bands in general. I'd like from here on out to ensure that those are referred to as holes, so that when you're talking about it, you have to say there's several holes that need to be filled.
And, realistically, at least 2 or 3 of those holes need to be filled at the same time.
Right.
Well, we didn't even get into those stories in episode 2 yet.
Yeah, no, that Dirtbag Olympics part 2 is going to be
pretty
real
serious
bad.
stuff. This is pretty serious stuff here, so
it's a pretty serious fucking podcast, bro.
I mean, this is real. It's getting real. It's gritty.
So is that the end of your review there, Cahill?
No, I got a couple other bones to pick with you too there.
I'm waiting until he gets to the good stuff because I can think
of
one
thing. I did realize throughout the show, that Josh is definitely the mom in your guys' relationship.
What?
And he's probably the bottom as well. I know that came up as a topic, and you guys were wondering. I'm here to set your minds at ease. Josh is definitely mom and bottom.
But like a power bottom, right?
whatever you got to tell yourself to take the bottom, then you just go with it. Also, I want to go on record as saying that Zach is a saint, and hashtag Saint Zach.
Oh, we got another one now. What are we up to? We're up to like 3 or 4. We get like a hashtag per episode. We got hashtag FU Joe Brady, hashtag Go Teddy, hashtag Saint Zach.
Yeah. Hashtag I teach kids.
Yeah.
Hashtag. Yeah, there's a bunch of.
And then finally, I would tell Andy to maybe lay low for a little bit because I'm pretty sure he's on at least one FBI watch list at this point.
Why? What did I do?
I know there was
it's whom.
School comment that was made.
Oh.
And it was too soon. It was a little too soon. So I mean, I'm not saying that you're right, wrong, or indifferent. I'm just telling you to lay low. Just.
Yeah, that was a mistake.
Yeah,
that was a bad judgment call.
That's gonna be a great soundbite for your future political career.
Right. Yeah,
that's why when we have
not going to win you too many votes.
That's why when we have guests on, I warn them that anything you say is going out there. So
It's going out.
You better make a good call because stupid shit you say is going out.
People are like, how bad was it? It's like, I don't know. I don't fucking listen to it. I put music at the beginning, put music at the end. I publish that fucker. It's off into cyberspace.
Oh yeah.
Why do you think the titles have nothing to do with the topics? Because I don't listen. It's the
Which pretty much makes
worst
it real
bagpipe
too,
podcast.
since it's on the interwebs.
Oh yeah.
Well, we're putting it on the internet, so we want to make it good. Because there's no bad stuff on the internet.
I go to this to learn stuff and find out, what I need to do in the pipe band world. So I feel like you guys being the subject matter experts there in Vegas.
Wait, you come to this
I'm
podcast
trying to model my life that way.
to learn how to be
Yeah,
in a pipe
I
band?
come there to learn. Yeah, definitely learn.
You picked the
stuff
wrong
that-
Yeah, we
podcast.
are teachers.
Yeah.
I'm just glad that of all
Yeah.
of his criticisms of last
I
week,
feel-
he has no complaint over the fact that I called the entire Phoenix pipe band hatchet-faced pricks.
I know. Why did
Oh,
he
yeah,
not pick up on that?
I mean,
Like
that's just science, dude. You can't argue. with
early
stuff
on. I mean,
like
that was before we really even started drinking last week.
Yeah, I was not
No,
blacked
no,
out.
I heard it, but I knew you couldn't possibly be referring to me.
Oh, no, of course not.
I'm not a hatchet face. I'm definitely not a fucking hatchet face.
Yeah, like a shovel face.
Yeah, prick for sure.
Shovel face
But-
prick. Hashtag shovel face prick.
not a fucking hatchet face. So
Well, I gotta say, that was a lovely and enlightening segment of Cahill's Corner. We'll have theme music for it at some point. It'll sound like Cahill's Corner.
yeah, it should be like maybe a typewriter going in the background or something fancy like that.
Breaking news: Sean
That's just in,
Cahill.
folks.
Yeah, see?
Good morning, Mr. and Mrs. America. See?
That's all we're missing. We're just missing sound effects. That'd be good.
Oh, I'm working on that. Once I get past whether this actual guest on the phone thing works, then I'm going into the sound effects research. We'll figure it all out.
Yeah. Okay, Fusco, hit me with that.
going,
Hit me with that
going
news.
on the list for next. Going on the list for next week is definitely the top of the list. Is going to be the fact that I'm a guinea pig, basically, for your show to see that this the whole phone-in thing works for
Well,
you. So.
to be fair, much like our relationship, Sean, this is a test to see how we fit.
Yeah.
And I mean, like, penis in the butt fit.
Not like just docking. You're talking like full penetration.
Oh,
fit,
absolutely.
Yeah.
We need to know that this is going to work
Yeah,
before we bring in real guests.
And don't get me wrong. I mean, Fusco's, Fusco's short but broad. He won't hit the bottom, but he'll sure fuck up the
He
sides.
gets all the
Absolutely.
sides.
Yeah.
Yeah, he fucks up the sides for sure.
Fusco, hit me with that news bulletin again. That was a great one. That was a
Ready?
good sound effect. Hit me with that. This just in, ladies and gentlemen, the Chenerant Podcast has its first guest ever, Sean Cahill. He bitches about being called a hatchet-faced prick, and then the show goes on with the actual topic. News at 11. I'll tell you what, while we're talking about segueing very naturally and unforced-like into the actual topic of the evening, let's talk about gigs.
Yeah, let's do that because we are fresh off a gig.
We're
Josh.
fresh off of what some might even consider to be a higher profile gig.
At least in Vegas, for sure. Yeah. Well, I guess in the world.
I mean, yeah. So for those of you following along at home, over the week we played with the Chieftains, a fairly it was yesterday. Fairly iconic folk group that plays music that are called the Chieftains. I don't really know I don't know what else to say about them. If you either know who they are, or you're googling them right now, or you just don't give a fuck and you're waiting for us to make another poop joke. But yeah, it's interesting when I mean, we talk about this a lot too, that, being in Las Vegas, we get kind of really unique opportunities to play gigs because everybody travels through Vegas. So we get probably more high profile opportunities than we deserve.
Oh, for sure.
But let's go. Let's peel back the curtain.
Yes,
the audience seems to like it when we talk about how this kind of shit goes down.
Let's peel back the foreskin. Let's not go with curtain. Let's peel back the foreskin.
Let's peel back. Let's spread the cheeks.
Curtain's good too.
Let's spread the cheeks, put our headlamps on, and really just scream at the anus.
Let's spread the roast beef curtains and look into this very deeply.
Let's find the man in the boat.
All right, so let's talk about how this came about, shall we?
Absolutely, yeah.
Or any gigs. We'll go off on tangents, and Cahill, feel free to jump in if you have anything. But so the Chieftains contacted us, I'd say about 2 months ago, saying they're going on tour. And as they do, they bring in pipe bands to play with them for a couple different tunes. So the setup process is essentially, if you've heard us any of the other episodes, we've bitched about getting people ready in a month for a gig, where they have to learn 2 new tunes from scratch, and they have no ability to do that whatsoever. So there's that, of course, and then there's the process of getting people to a place, a high-profile place, and getting them ready. There's the, dealing with, I don't even know who I was dealing with, the manager? Somebody who's like, okay, the Chieftains are a gigantic organization. Apparently they've been playing for 56 years, and they're not going to pay you anything. Like,
yeah, they've accumulated a lot of hangers-on along the way.
Apparently. A lot of old people, it seems, at least according to
when
the audience.
when you've been playing for 56 years, the only kinds of people that you have as hangers-on are old fucking people. They were young when they started.
They definitely had that, but and they're not going to pay you anything, but learn these 2 tunes and completely sidetrack your band for 2 months so that you can have the honor of playing with these guys who, when you walk in the building, don't even say hello to you. I mean,
yeah, that was an interesting, and I'm sure we'll go into other gigs, but that was an interesting thing for me because usually, like, I've been a musician for a while. Usually as a musician, when you encounter other musicians, whether there's a certain amount of courtesy, whether it's forced or real, doesn't really matter. But like, I'm polite to people that I see playing instruments. I don't, unless it's Sean Cahill, and then I just tell him, "Fuck you, get off the stage."
Remember this, because we're going to
cocksucker.
sidebar off of this because you're making a good point, and Cahill and I actually have something to go into about that. But keep going.
Yeah, but you expect a certain. I mean, and yeah, I guess we're not like a touring company like they are, but also.
We're also at the low end of the totem pole as far as instruments go, especially compared to people that play violin, apparently.
Well, everybody shits on bagpipes.
Yes.
That's a whole other thing.
Yeah.
Everybody that plays an instrument that's not bagpipes shits on bagpipes. But it's interesting for me because especially when you contrast it, when we played at the Smith Center, which if you don't know, Smith Center is kind of a really nice venue. It's like the Carnegie Hall of Las Vegas.
Right.
We played a gig there just a month ago.
Yep.
With another group, the Piano Guys.
Yep.
And they were absolutely lovely. Like, totally had their shit together.
Oh, yeah, they were badass.
They knew exactly what was going on. Cahill played that gig with us. They were super nice. We talked to them before and after. Like, we were drunk shitheads. They didn't even care.
Yep. No, they were phenomenal. They paid us.
They paid
well.
us. They paid us well. Yeah.
And they were nice to us.
And honestly, when it gets into the payment thing, like, I certainly play music plenty of times for the love of it. Mm-hmm. I play music, with the pipe band a lot. I practice with the band. We play gigs for free all the fucking time. I played bass with your band for fun because I like to play music. But the most respectful thing one person can do to a musician ever in any line, for any event, for any occasion, is fucking pay them for playing. Mm-hmm. Like, that's how you show your... Like, don't get me wrong. I like when you clap and shit. But, like, if you hire me for an event... You're showing your appreciation.
Hire would indicate actually paying you. Yeah,
hire would, yeah. So what did we get? Did we get drafted for the Chieftains? Because we didn't get paid.
I would guess they. Cahill, you're doing this next week. Your band's playing the Chieftains next week.
Yeah, Tuesday.
I'm assuming they're not paying you guys either. If they find out they're paying you, I'm going to lose my. I'm blowing this shit up.
I hope for everything that's good and holy they are paying us just to piss you off.
Dude, I'm gonna if they pay you guys, I'm gonna get in my fucking car. I'm gonna drive to Arizona. I'm gonna walk up on stage and I'm gonna beat a fucking 700-year-old man to death
Patty's going
on
down.
stage.
Dude, I'm sure. I
I will
guarantee you.
fucking drop his ass.
Yeah.
I guarantee you they're not paying you guys because, like, I even cried poor, like, because I'm just the negotiator of the band at this point.
No, they
So-
ain't paying. I guarantee you they're not paying.
Yeah, no.
But I'm going to tell you that they are because
right.
I know that Josh will drive out here.
I'm gonna drive out there. I'm gonna beat Patty to death on stage. Like,
I was just fucking with you, dude.
we can finally
Pay us
we can
after you
finally
do it.
figure out the age-old Snapple trivia question of how many hits with a sock full of batteries does it take to kill a 600-year-old man?
You don't get to be 600, overnight. Clearly.
No.
And I'm not talking AAA's, man. I'm talking fucking D-cell batteries.
Do they even make those anymore? Does anything take D's?
My sock does. my whooping sock
If you put 3 D's in a sock, does that make them triple D's?
makes them triple
There's
D's.
so many mom jokes built into this conversation that I'm gonna refrain.
Can I
from.
milk that sock? Can I milk that triple D?
Yeah.
I mean, maybe, really. You never know. The trick is to make sure your battery beaten sock is different than your dick beaten sock. Mm-hmm. Because the dick beaten sock.
Usually I leave the dick beaten sock over in the corner. It kind of stands up by itself.
It's a little crusty.
Well,
that way
typically,
I know.
typically my dick
Yeah.
beaten sock is wrapped around Andy's pipe channer, so I just get it from him when I need it.
Usually Andy's wearing my dick beaten sock on his feet, and then I just, when he takes his socks off, I borrow one of them.
Yeah, of course. Where were we? Okay,
I
so
have
the
no
chieftain
idea.
gigs. We were talking about the chieftains. So yeah, if they pay you guys, I'm gonna kill them.
I'm sure they don't.
No,
But-
they're not gonna fucking pay you.
Yeah,
But that's sort of
I
the-
don't think so. Man.
Are you kidding me? I'm having you guys up for the Vegas games, and I'm barely fucking paying you.
we can go down the road of like you demonstrate your respect for a musical organization by money. I mean, ultimately that's what it is. It's a display of respect.
It doesn't have to be a lot.
No, it's just no. It doesn't have to be a lot at all. There's a thing like when I take gigs or when I look at a gig for say for the band that shall not be named.
Mm-hmm.
There's 3 things I look at, and I didn't come up with this. I'll actually shout out to the guys in Tucson District. I believe they originally said this, and I just took it to heart. But essentially, it's either they got to pay us something pretty well, or it's got to be a particularly interesting gig, i.e., the Smith Center. It's got to be something that we care, that we really want to do. I heard you.
That was a great one.
Or it's got to have a great opportunity for like recruitment.
What's the other thing for
Those
me?
are the 2 out of 3 of those things, and I'm in. Or, even really 1, depending on
2 out of
how
3 ain't
important-
bad, man. No, and on that note, there's lots of things you can offer a band besides money. Like for example,
I hope you're not gonna say what's the dreaded word that musicians hate?
Hookers and blow?
Oh, no, exposure? No, not exposure. No. Dude, I worked for years in freelance creative. Exposure bucks don't pay my fucking bills.
Exactly.
No, the thing I was going to say is like, I mean, realistically, you can offer, like, they could offer our band cross promotion. Like, they can offer us, like, hey, we're going to share, like, we have this channel that's good. We're the Chieftains, and we have 50,000 fucking Facebook followers. We're going to tag you guys and share that you're playing with us. Like, we're going to make a concerted effort to raise awareness about you at some point. Or we're going to get your fucking name right when we announce you on the stage.
Oh, Jesus Christ, that's a whole nother thing.
Yeah,
Fuck
Cahill, they
Christ.
called us Desert Sky after we played.
No, before, after, they said it like 3 or 4 different times. They call us the wrong.
Like, thanks-
How does that even
thanks to the
happen
Desert Sky pipe band.
anymore?
I know exactly how it happens.
how did
Oh
that-
yeah, we're drinking beer tonight. I know exactly how it happens. Patty ain't seen my fucking beaten sock.
How did he get the
Clearly, he's
memo?
not familiar.
We've changed our name 5 years ago. How does he still think of it? Who told him Desert
It's
Sky?
not like it's not like you changed to some off the wall name either. It's a very
No.
simple name.
No.
It
Oh,
makes
you're
sense.
a pipe band in Las Vegas. What are you guys called? The fucking
it's-
Las
well, you
Vegas.
can't-
I mean, the
You
band that shall
can't
not be
talk
named.
about it 'cause it's-
We can't say the name.
The band that shall not be named.
Yeah.
But that's the other thing. We just played a gig a month ago with the piano guys. It's the same Smith Center employees organizing the thing. They knew they got our name right. They advertised us
I
on
get it.
Facebook as Las Vegas Pipe Band. Like the Smith Center promoted
Nope,
us
you did it
themselves.
Yeah, plus good.
Sorry. As the band that shall not be named. And then they still got the name wrong when they said it to
When
the
they
crowd.
said it, yeah.
I'm like, what the fuck?
It's fucking crazy to me because it's like, although granted, the Smith Center is an interesting animal as a venue because I've never run into the same person there twice.
Except the guy that killed.
Except for the one tech. What was his name? Jeff.
Yeah, the guy. Yeah, Jeff.
I think it's Jeff. Jeff, if you're listening, the tech that works at Smith Center in a kilt, you're a fucking rock star. And if I got your name wrong, tweet us at Channerant, hashtag FU Joe Brady, hashtag Go Teddy, hashtag I Teach Kids, hashtag I forget the rest of them.
Saint Zach, hashtag
Saint Zach,
Saint
yeah.
Zach.
Hashtag how to keep your eyeballs warm. Or,
Hashtag Cahill's Corner.
Dongshite.
Hashtag Dongshite.
Yeah.
Fuck, we said that. Okay, so yeah, like, it's crazy circling back around. It's fucking crazy to me that bands, when we play an event like that, they won't even offer something that's free to them. You know?
Yeah, something as easy as put your marketing guy on something, retweet or fucking. I don't know.
Then again,
share.
looking at the empty seats in that theater, I don't think they fucking have a marketing guy.
Apparently, I mean it was full, but it wasn't sold out.
Yeah.
Piano guys, was that?
Piano Guys was full to the hell, but that's like Mormon Mafia, dude. Like, they fucking show up in droves.
That's true. Good point.
Yeah, like, that's like,
The
oh,
guy
we're
with
going
the
to...
conch shell, Mormons assemble.
It really is, yeah.
Speaking of mafia,
In the name of Joseph Smith, buy these tickets.
the tickets come to you in the mail, and they're on golden plates. Did you know that?
Yeah, but you have to read them out of a hat. I'm so sorry, Claire.
Claire's listening. And he's
Yeah, let's say Claire is one of our most diehard fans.
we won't throw him under the bus and tell everybody that he's Mormon,
But he's a diehard fan of ours, and he may be offended by those last jokes.
speaking
that's how
of
they know
mafia,
that
can
you like
I
it.
sidebar for a second?
Yeah, sidebar.
Apparently, Bob Worrell is like the Don of the pipe band world because he gets people silenced. Did you know this?
Do you think he's going to come after us now that we've said it?
Well, there's nobody listening.
Fusco, here's my question.
That was Fusco, by the way, that was saying all that. I had nothing to do with it.
Gale's washed his hands clean. All right, guys, here's my question. If I go into a bathroom and say Bob Worrell 3 times into the mirror, does he appear behind me with a lawsuit?
You might be onto something. Holy shit!
Well, we figured out how to clip
I'm
the
not taking
microphones
a
on
chance,
that one.
so-
Sorry, everybody. That was he took me by surprise on that one. We've got ourselves the beginnings of a script for a movie.
Oh,
Bloody whirl. Oh my god!
Oh god.
That guy, but for real, man, he got Evil Bob Worrell silenced. Anyway,
Dude.
we don't want to talk about too much about it because next thing you know,
It's
our
not
IP
even that-
addresses are going to be fucking.
Oh, dude, I feel like it's gonna be a totally separate conversation on that whole social media thing and like
Yeah, you're going to
censorship.
get a phone
and-
call, actually, and it's going to be...
I'll tell you
heard
what.
boys had some stuff to say.
We've proven that the phone call system works. So, Bob, if you're out there and you want to explain why you shut down the Evil Bob Worrell account, we'd be more than happy to have you on the show.
We would love that.
I would love to. I'd love to pick his brain too. He's a smart dude.
Oh, he's a genius as far as pipes
You
and go
can't...
and all
No,
that.
wait, stop.
I mean, he's
I'll
also
go
a
back
cunt.
and start... Yeah, kissing off. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, like, look, the fucking damage is done. You were being a total dick just a minute ago, and now you're like, oh, he's a genius. No, it doesn't work that way.
Kale, you gotta. I mean, you should be familiar with my style now, though. My style is punch to the face.
you
Oh my
knock him
god, are
down?
you okay? And then kicking the balls,
Yeah.
Okay. All right, back as you were.
as you were. Okay, so
Bob's listening,
sidebar.
I love
yeah,
you.
yeah, sidebar over. Okay, back to gigs. So we've talked about organizing gigs being a pain in the ass. We talked about being treated like shit at gigs.
We did talk about sometimes they treat you well, but a lot of times they don't.
Sometimes they treat you well. It really depends, and you end up kind of getting the index of clients that are awesome versus clients that you'll never work for again. Like I had early on, even before like I moved away, went to college and that stuff. I used to book funeral gigs here in town, and there's a funeral home that I refuse to work with ever again.
Do you want to say the name of it?
Absolutely, it's Paul Mortuary. Fuck you, Paul. Suck.
What did they do to you?
Suck my.
Did you
fucking
say a guy named
salty
Paul? Paul's
palm,
mortuary?
palm, like the palm of
Oh,
your hand.
Paul. That makes more sense. Okay.
You know that part
Sorry.
of your hand that
Clear.
That part of
manipulate your penis.
That's
The
been
part of
touching
your,
that's been touching myself quite a bit today.
the part of your hand that you spit into before you approach Andy for intimate times.
Hashtag,
No, usually I
hashtag
just
spit
go
in your
right,
hand.
right to beehole. Yeah, no, I just straight to
straight
beehole.
into the gutter.
I got pretty good aim, dude.
Yeah, like
So what
I
happened? What happened? with
Usually
Paul?
chew spit.
honestly, it was a fairly simple thing. I mean, I just well, and you know me, when I go off, I fucking go nuclear. Like I get pissed off real easy.
Oh yeah.
I either have a very short fuse or an incredibly long fuse, and you never know which one it's gonna be. I like to keep people guessing that way. So I get off work, after school, off work, go home, changing all my pipe band shit, drive across town, fucking 100-degree Vegas heat, whatever, get to this gig, and I'm getting ready to like tune up and play and go, and motherfucking Eric's there. And they double booked the gig.
You hear another piper in the background.
I hear another piper in the
boy.
background. I'm like, motherfucker. So I go back, and it's Pileski, good friend of mine,
Yeah.
like Pileski, but I'm like, what the fuck? Like, what the fuck am I doing here? I was like, what's going on? And he's just like, oh, like I got called by so-and-so to do this. And so there were like two funeral directors like tag team in the event.
Yeah.
And I won't shit talk funeral directors
Shit
as a whole, because I know some that are incredibly talented and give a shit. I will shit talk Palm Mortuary funeral directors as a whole, because they are all just like quick buck, heavy sell. Let's fleece these grieving people for as much as we possibly fucking can and do a shitty job. Yeah, fuck you, Palm. Hashtag fuck you, Palm Mortuary. At Palm Mortuary. Hashtag Chanarant. Hashtag suck my hairy balls, Palm Mortuary. So yeah, so I get there and fucking there's two pipers there, and I'm like, okay, cool. I'm like, well, you only need one piper. I'm like, yeah, so I talked to Eric. I was like, you're good. Like you're fine. Like, okay, so like we're really sorry about the confusion, but we hope to like maybe use you again in the future. I'm like, oh no, you're fucking paying me still.
Right. I showed up regardless.
Yeah, like I didn't fuck up. This is not my problem. Like you booked two players, you're still paying me. I'm here in fucking uniform with my bagpipes. You're paying my ass.
Absolutely.
Took the check. Never fucking picked up the phone again. And it was funny because I had a friend of a friend that worked there that had like gotten me on their list essentially of like people to call for these kinds of events. And they tried rep tried calling me, and I was like, no, I'm not playing for you guys anymore. Go fuck yourselves. And then I like talked to my friend of a friend. Then that person called me. It's like, oh, like it was just a mistake. Well, I was like, that's cool. Like I understand people fuck up. I'm taking your fuck up that pissed me off. I'm choosing no longer to work with you. That's it. That's how it works. Like, I'm not saying that just because you fucked up doesn't mean that you're automatically forgiven. Like, yeah, you did fuck up. Fuck you. I don't want to work with you anymore. I'm gonna exercise my right to go fucking play for somebody else, you prick.
Right. These things do happen, though.
They do happen. Yeah. It's all about how you respond. Cahill, what's one of your worst?
I feel like for that tangent. I mean that.
I want to
I
hear.
could feel you were heated about the Palm Mortuary folks there, and
Yeah, and by the way, in case you didn't catch their name, it's Palm Mortuary.
Palm.
And they can go
Not
fuck themselves.
Paul, but Palm.
Palm.
10 years later, and I'm still not over it.
I know that had to be at least 10 years ago.
At least you don't hold a grudge,
To be fair, every time I
does
show up
always.
at a gig, it's not a Palm because I didn't until you told me this. I didn't realize it was Palm. I just thought it was just a random thing. But like I show up at every gig thinking like, oh boy, if they double book me, I'm gonna be pissed.
Yeah.
Ever since I heard that story.
I'm going back to the car, and I'm getting the sock full of batteries.
But Sean, do you have any funny or
Horror
not funny
stories?
Yeah, just something that went wrong.
Did you say horror stories?
Horror. Yeah.
Horror or horror. I mean, it's up to you.
Horror stories was
Okay.
episode
Yes.
2.
On the-
Yeah, you missed episode 2, buddy.
I missed that one. I listened, but I did not participate. So
That's like most of our threesomes.
you don't hardly notice me at those. I'm just the guy with the cigarette in the corner of the
Yeah.
room. You won't notice me. Don't worry about it.
He's just the guy with his earbuds in and a gimp mask.
It's actually Spider-Man.
Spider-Man,
Thank you
yeah.
very much.
Oh, see,
We all-
I'm a Batman mask guy myself.
Yeah. We were discussing that
I've
earlier.
heard that.
We all
I've
have
heard that.
superhero masks for our masturbation
What's your masturbation superhero mask?
I've been thinking about it all day. Actually, I was like, I need to come up with a really good one.
We just changed the topic of the whole podcast. We can go on this for 30 more minutes, right?
I was thinking, I don't know.
I like to go with Spider-Man just because I like to get my spidey senses tingling.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good one.
Well, and you're playing with your web shooter.
He shoots webs.
And you know what he's done? He can potentially stick to walls.
swing off of trees and buildings and shit. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Oh, I'll tell you what, though. This is a
Spider cock.
We're going to segue back to gigs, but while we're on the subject of masturbating in superhero masks, I think that everybody has their favorite superhero, you know? Mm-hmm. And you be you. You should go out there. You should live your dream. And you should jerk off in whatever superhero mask you want. It's America.
Yeah. Please do.
Personally, I'm getting a latex Bob Worrell mask that I'm going to jerk off in later. Now, when I say jerk off in, I'm not going to be wearing it.
Hashtag latex Bob Worrell mask.
Hashtag best last episode.
Hey,
So
try to get me here, buddy. I'm in fucking America. I got First Amendment rights, bitch.
that's
so
true.
everybody
Good
be
point.
like, "Where's Josh? I haven't seen him since last week."
He just disappeared.
Oh,
Yeah. I'm buried. I'm buried in up to my neck in Scotland with like sheep fucking my face. You know, I was like, ah!
So similar to your last trip.
It's very similar to my last trip. That's how I woke up on many a morning.
So Cahill, do you have any
on the gig front?
gig
the
stories here?
Yeah, I think what's more frustrating is when a musician tries to hire you to go do something, and it's
Or an ex-musician
never-
that's now
yeah.
an agent.
right. It never seems to fail that they drop the well, it's only one song. You know, and,
Oh, we can all relate to that. It's just one song.
yeah, song, and you're like, yeah, man, but I is in the same boat as Vegas is. It's spread out across the valley here, so if they call for a gig on the other side of town, I got an hour drive to get over there to pay too. So if I don't hit traffic, it's an hour. If I hit traffic, I'm 2 hours into it just to get somewhere. Not to mention, I have a full-time job, so I'm not able to pick up extra shifts or get overtime up there if I've committed to doing something else. So the fact that I have to explain that stuff to somebody that has probably
Should know
hustled
better.
and tried
Yeah.
to get some money, should know better.
But they're
I think
probably
that gets
taking a
little
cut
bit
off the top too.
frustrating.
So the less you get, the more they get. They probably quoted, you know what I mean, like.
Oh yeah, I'll get you a
$300 or whatever it
bagpiper.
is.
Don't worry about it. Yeah, exactly.
That's the other thing for me is like I always do super flat rates, and it's like, okay, if you upcharge me, you upcharge me. I know what my bottom line is. Like
Exactly. Like this is what I get. I
agents
don't
drive me
give a fuck.
crazy. The idea of agents drives me fucking insane. I'm like,
Right.
you're literally getting paid a portion to make my job harder because I have to go through you to talk to the person, and they have to go through you to talk to me.
And nobody knows the right questions to ask a piper ever,
No.
because there's always the. Cahill and I were talking about this the other day. There's the question of when does the gig start, but more importantly, the only thing the piper cares about is what time do I play.
Yes.
Because there's so much tuning and warming up that goes into it, and when I have to be there to make sure that I'm ready by that time, I could give a fuck that you're Catholic mass or whatever, and and the thing starts at 11 or whatever it is. If I play at the end, it's a whole different fucking
Whole other story because
Whole
now I gotta warm up somewhere where they can't fucking hear me while it's going on.
right. So that means I'm a half mile down the street.
I have a good agency horror story.
Really?
You might. I hadn't thought about this one for tonight, but you might remember this one. You weren't in on it, but I told you about it. So I got contacted for a gig by an agent, through an agency, and I was like, or no, you know what? I was actually forwarded. Now I think about it, I was forwarded this gig from someone else. I was like, okay, like here's the agency contact. I'll call them. So I call them like, hey, I'm Josh. I'm the piper. What's the plan here? It was a wedding. I'm like, oh, okay. Well, I'm so and so. I'm with blank buttfuck entertainment group, and I need you to play this wedding. Here's the times. Here's who's getting married. Blah 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 blah. I was like, okay. When do I need to play? When do I need to be there? Cool. All set. I get a call from a separate agent about the same gig.
Oh, I've had that happen.
They're like, hey, you're Piper, right? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, well, I want to book you for a gig on this day. I was like, I've already got a gig booked that day. I'm like, oh, is it this wedding for these people? And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, oh, well, yeah, I just talked to the family, and, I'm handling it from now on, blah, 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 blah. I started getting calls from both agents, like, constantly trying to update me on this gig. And I'm like, fuck, all right, here's my fucking price. Like, here's the amount of money I'm walking out with. Whatever
whatever
happens
you gotta do.
to the rest of y'all ain't my fucking problem.
Yep.
So then I get there. I get to the gig, play it. Super lovely wedding. Lovely family. The fucking family pays me. They hand me a check for the full fucking price. Like, here you go. Have a good one. Thank you for playing. I was like, all right, cheers. Later, y'all. I get a fucking call back a week later from agent number 1. Oh, well, I just talked to the family, and they told me that they paid you directly. I was like, yeah, they paid me directly. Like, well, part of that is like $100 for my commission. So if you could just like write me a check for $100 and send it to me, that'd be great. And I'm like, fuck you.
Was it your amount your bottom line amount?
No.
Oh, it was more?
Yeah, they paid me the full fucking amount.
Oh, okay.
No, that extra $100 was my fucking with me on the phone all the time fee. And I'm like, yeah, they paid me. And like, oh, like part of that was supposed to go to me for my commission. I'm like, for what? I got calls from 2 different agents. Neither of you had the right details. I finally got the right details from the family via email, and then played, and then got paid by the family. Fuck you. You had no part in this transaction whatsoever aside from misinformation.
Oh yeah, they're great at that.
Like, you didn't know what was going on. It finally got to the point where I had to get the email address of the family directly to figure out what the fuck they wanted me to do. And then they paid me the whole fucking price. I'm like, you can suck fucking rope, agent.
Well, no.
So you still get calls from them then? For
Yeah, I was gonna
gigs,
say
or-
yeah. No wonder they call me now.
Good. Like, I tell you what, man, that's a thing for me where it's like, if I get a call and it's like, I'm from such and such agency looking for a bagpiper, I'd click. Or, you know who you should call? Andy Fusco.
No, for sure. Like an agent calls me, and I'll deal with it because I have to. But I roll my eyes like, oh fuck, it's an agent. All right, here we go. Here's this rigmarole.
And by the way, we should do a little disclaimer. If you're out there and you're an agent trying to book for these little gigs and looking for musicians and, you know, just trying to scrape a little off the top to make your living, fucking kill yourself.
I thought this was going a positive way.
Like, go into your bathroom, put a trash bag over your head so your loved ones don't have to clean up too much, and blow your fucking brains out, you scumbag.
Oh, I thought you were going to say put
Yeah, I
a
don't
trash
know
bag
if you
on your
know
head
this,
and
but trash
masturbate.
bags are not bulletproof. So generally speaking,
They
not
hold the
gonna contain
majority
a
of the
whole
brain
lot.
matter in.
I disagree respectfully.
If you're an agent, we want to test this theory, so send us a picture before and after. You fucking cockroach.
Jesus.
Yeah.
It only took 4 episodes for me to tell people to kill themselves on air. That's
Yeah, I don't know.
that's got to be a new
That
record.
must be the long fuse thing.
I wonder if this is going to go into the... Someday we're going to end up in the Supreme Court for freedom of speech. Like, telling people to kill themselves might go into that whole, like, yelling fire in a crowded theater thing.
They're not going to do it. I bet you won't do it, you fucking pussies.
Oh, I can't wait till that news story comes out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so...
You guys will post my bill, right?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Indiegogo,
I got like
Indiegogo
I got
campaign.
$22 on me.
Indiegogo campaign to bail Josh out of prison for fucking 3rd-degree murder.
So...
I'm gonna have to give the disclaimer of I don't condone nor advocate self-inflicted harm.
Autoerotic asphyxiation excluded.
Jesus Christ.
That's definitely a different topic altogether, and that's okay.
God damn it, Cahill's a pussy, isn't he? He's
Yeah.
like, we can't talk shit about Bob World. We can't fucking tell people to
I
kill
didn't
themselves.
talk shit about him.
No, I'm just saying this is what Cahill was
Yeah,
saying.
I didn't talk shit about Bob Worrell. I just
Well, I
said that
did.
I'm gonna get a latex mask made and jerk off in it.
Yeah, no.
This is getting bad every week. Gets worse.
Yeah. Well, people, I guess if our goal is to drive people away from listening,
It is the world's worst bagpiping podcast.
according to Cahill, we're no longer the world's worst bagpiping podcast.
Or the universe's
Universe is worst.
worst.
Yeah.
Let's get back to
I'm
gigs.
pretty sure there's nothing worse than this anywhere, like even in the galaxy.
Oh, I can't imagine. I can't even imagine. But so, what other gigs stories should we talk about? Let's see.
Well, St. Patrick's Day is right around the corner, and I feel like that's an important time for anybody that's in a pipe band, whether they like it or not. Really.
So here's the thing.
You want to talk about here's where we can do some deep dive. If you've stuck around for 40 minutes, you get to now peek behind the roast beef lips into what goes on to booking gigs for a pipe band, because Fusco's been fielding fucking calls nonstop.
Yeah, no, it's
You were doing it at the gig last night. I just watched you, like I watched your soul drain out of you as you're trying to negotiate.
So difficult, like negotiating with people. And generally,
That would mean that he had a soul to begin with.
yeah, I lost
Yeah.
it 15 years ago. Yeah, that's true. Good point, Cahill.
He lost in the back of Cahill's pickup at prom night.
But so there's
Yeah, he did.
Speaking of, here's a St. Patrick's Day agent story. And
Agent,
agent.
not Asian.
Oh, right. Yeah, that's what I meant. So, sorry.
You
Freudian
gotta
slip.
enunciate.
We'll save the St. Patrick's Day Asian stories for later.
So we have this one
another
person
episode.
who booked us for something down on the strip last year, and they also want us to come back this year. And this person cannot get anything right. It's exactly what you were just talking about. Like, I've talked to them so many times over the last month, and I still don't know how many people they want at what time and when, because they text message me, and it's like, can I just talk to the people directly, and then and can we get you out of this?
They're
'Cause
there.
You're driving me fucking
They're there to
nuts.
fuck shit up, dude.
Like, they literally don't know what's happening. Like, this is what happened last year. So this is kind of one of those horror stories. So last year they booked us to do a place down the strip, and you and I were doing other things. So we sent some of our other guys to do it. We never actually ended up there because we thought it would be harder to drive
I believe
an hour to Pahrump.
If I remember correctly, we were drinking our ass off with Tara.
No. This was later. We're talking
this
later
is post.
in the day.
This is after the Pahrump
This
thing.
is when we were in Pahrump.
Oh
So,
God.
So they're doing this gig, and it was 5 people or whatever it was. And one, they were supposed to have a place to go, like, rest, because it's chaos in St. Patrick's Day, right? Especially in Vegas. Like, people are drunk out of their minds. They're grabbing you, and it's just fucking hell. It sucks. And then so they're supposed to have a place to go to, like, rest in between sets. That didn't happen. 2, they didn't even have water for our guys. Like, I remember one of our guys, like,
I expect nice
texting
whiskey.
me and being like, I had to go buy water at for $10 at some little fucking shitty shop in this little area, because everything on the strip is expensive. So, and he was telling me that. I'm like, we'll pay you out of the band, dude. Don't worry about it. Just write your expenses down. We'll take care of it. You know,
Will you do that for my bar tab this year?
She wanted us back this year. And I remember, like, when she first contacted me, I'm like, all right, this is all the things that went wrong last year, and this cannot happen. You were supposed to have security for our guys so nobody will touch our people. That didn't happen. You're supposed to have water and a place for us to go in between sets. That didn't happen. You played them nonstop for 3 hours.
I know exactly which gig you're talking about.
Oh, I don't really want to say it, but I'm like, what are you guys doing? Like, your whole job is to make sure that our people are okay. That your musicians, your entertainment are taken care of, right? Protected. Let's at least say that. They have water and people not fucking humping their asses, reaching up their kilts. Right? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, and none of that happened. So now this year they're like, well, we're hoping we could get, they want to add a few hours, but they want to, like, lower price. I'm like, you lower price?
Yeah.
You didn't do what you were supposed to do last year. What are you talking
Just drop
about?
it. Drop the gig, dude.
That's a lot of
So let
money.
me ask, are they
It's a lot of money.
Pass it off
Are
to the
they-
Phoenix Pipe
are
Band.
they agents? I almost said the same thing. Are they agents for you guys, or are they for the facility or whoever?
They are
that's
agents that were
putting the gig
contacted by
on?
the facility to find pipe band, pipers, whatever it is.
Because we're super hard to find, because Google doesn't
Right.
exist in Las Vegas.
Yeah, they could just
Right,
call us
right.
direct.
There's only
Be
if you don't
cheaper
have
and
something
easier.
out in the yellow pages, you can't fucking find you guys, right? So yeah, like
Well, I need
really
to
think that
hire
they're
someone to
too
Google
concerned.
Bagpipes Las Vegas for me.
Anybody out
I don't
there,
think
Google
they're too
Bagpipes Las
concerned,
Vegas
yeah.
and see what comes up.
I don't think they're too concerned with your well-being more so than just doing the job they got hired to do, which is find you guys to perform. So on that note, like, they're like, I don't give 2 fucks if you got a bottle of water or not. Like, I got you here. Like,
Once you're there, you're
my
fucked.
part's fucking
Yeah.
done.
Until
Yeah,
next
like,
year when they want us back, and I'm like, listen here, motherfucker. Like, this
But the
is
trick
all
is
the things
get
that went
yourselves an agent. Get yourselves a fucking
Yeah.
agent.
Well, no, I have.
have them
that's
deal
kind of
with that
Fusco,
person.
though. Like, Fusco's the fucking agent.
Yeah, and that sucks, dude, because that's a shit job. Let me tell you, being like the guy that's because if if you're the guy that's got to protect everybody else, it's hard, dude. Like, you show up at a gig and everybody's looking at me like, "Where's our waters?" And like all the questions, I'm like, I thought I had an agent for that. Like, why am I doing it? Like, what the fuck is happening right now? It's bullshit.
Let's just invest in tasers.
Now, I will say, most of the time when we go direct, and if I can avoid an agent and I can go direct with a company and I can say these things, they usually take care of us. Most of the casinos are pretty good.
Yeah,
They
well,
take care of us most of the
It's
time.
because they work in the
100%,
hospitality
yeah.
business, though. Like, the clients that are the go-between is the problem. The venue
That's the
that's
middleman. You got to cut out the middleman.
the venue that's hiring, or hope the middleman cuts themselves out in a bathtub with a trash bag over their head. like when you deal directly with the venue, you know, they're in the hospitality industry, man. That's when we play gigs and it's like, oh, by the way, here's the back room you can use. If you guys want some lunch, we'll sort that out. If you guys want a fucking tab, we'll sort that out or get you some drink tickets. Like, that's the shit that you want. Because then we can talk about price.
Right. Yeah. Yeah, it's a giant fucking pain in my ass. Much like Cahill's ball.
Well, then just tell them you're not going to deal with an agent. That if you can't deal direct with the company, like I feel like that's just honestly, they're like you said, they're fucking typing in pipe band in Google, and fucking pulling up the closest one to them and going, hey, I got a job for you, and now they want 20% commission or whatever for doing the.
I knew there was a reason we had
20.
Cahill. I knew there was a reason we had Cahill on the podcast because that's some good fucking insight right there. Like if you make it a point of we don't fucking deal with agents.
Yeah, just straight up. Sorry.
Who like when an agent calls you? Here's what I would do because, fuck you. The market's the market. If an agent called me, I'd say, what is the gig and who's hiring? Who are you representing?
A lot of times they won't tell you.
Then fuck you.
It's very very common for them not.
If I'm like, who are you? Who are you representing?
Before we're not dealing with agents. Have your client call.
And if they're like, why do you want to know who hired me? I'm gonna say I want to make sure it wasn't fucking Al Qaeda. Like I don't know. Like I just want to. I want to know who I'm working for.
Yeah,
I'm the one that's got to walk in there with my $1,500 instrument and my very grabbable cock.
It's a fine line though, man. Because sometimes, I don't know. Like some casinos will only work. They have their group that handles all their entertainment. Like New York does that. They have a group. They hire us, but it's filtered through this agent thing. Or this, I don't even know if they're an agency. I don't know what they are, but they're an entertainment group of some sort.
It's a fine line 364 days out of the year. On fucking March 17th, bro, we're a pipe band on St. Patrick's Day. Fuck you. We make the rules now.
That's true. As long as it's on a weekend, that's true.
Yeah. That one's like, all right, like, I guess you can play some fucking you can play the same Dropkick Murphys album 6 times over on a PA and see how that goes for you versus bagpipes, you dumb fuck.
Yeah, I don't know.
Now Cahill, we gotta get you in more on this. So I want to know I want to hear some St. Patrick's Day stories in Phoenix because I've never made it out of Vegas for St. Patrick's Day. You got to give us
except for Pahrump.
You got to give us like what's the lowdown in your band that shall not be named, even though we've already named it. What do you guys? What's the St. Patrick's Day look for you guys? Do you guys have these same kind of problems?
So we don't. Can you hear me?
Yeah, we got you. Yeah.
All right. So first of all,
are you taking a shit?
Generally
what's
play
happening
with
over
a
there?
different band. Oh, sorry, I was holding the fucking headphones. Why are you yelling at me? If I was taking a shit, why would you be yelling at me about it? Maybe I had to take a shit.
I just wanted to point it out to the audience. That's all. I just want people to know what's happening on the other side.
You already had me on film at the Smith Center.
That's true. We did. That was classic. Anyway, go ahead.
No. So I play with this band on St. Patty's Day. So when we book gigs, we do it completely ourselves. And we settle on the money. They have a check waiting for us when we get there, and we play and we leave. And we always give them a time window versus an exact time, and it just flows really good for us. But I can tell you, I personally haven't dealt with any agents out here.
Have you heard of any of your guys having to deal with
over there?
I bet you it's a Vegas thing because there's so many agents here. It's ridiculous.
Yeah, I mean, the industry is definitely, the entertainment industry is obviously a lot bigger out there. So, I mean, that might be one of the reasons you're dealing with that shit like that. Like, for us, it would be easy to go, well, we ain't dealing with agents, have them call us because it would happen like once a year or whatever, no big deal. But,
right.
If it's all the time, like, obviously that could be a pain in the ass. But anyway, anything you do, like you put a middleman in that has no vested interest in it other than getting you there, like they're going to fuck it up every time. Like every fucking time, it doesn't matter. They'll give you the wrong info about when it starts, who's supposed to be where, what you're doing, what you're playing, what they want. All that shit will be fucking wrong every time.
Yeah. No, it's exactly what happens.
Yeah.
So, speaking of Cahill.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of a sidebar.
No, I can still hear you. I can still hear you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I meant to hit mute.
You
Sorry.
know,
Hold on. Let me mute Cahill.
Yeah, let's make sure he can't hear us before we talk shit about him.
So
Shovel-faced idiot.
Josh got into a little bit earlier.
prick.
Yeah, shovel-faced prick. We were talking about the Smith Center and how like musicians. We played this. Remember we played Burns Night a month ago or so.
Yeah.
And we were in the back room warming up, and there was this all girl Celtic band.
There's a very talented band. I think they're a 5-piece.
5-piece, whatever they're playing there. Remember I had never met her before, but the violin player was there. You and I were warming up.
They're a 5-piece, and the violin player is a dime piece.
Oh my God. Well, let's not go. Well, we could go down that road for a while, I suppose. But anyway, remember she made some sort of shitty comment about like, oh, I never heard pipes in tune before. Good job, guys, or something funny.
Yeah.
You know, it was kind of funny. She was all right. She's a cool chick, but.
See, he's qualifying Cahill. He's trying to dig himself out of the hole in case she listens to our stupid show.
I really don't.
Doesn't want to go on a date with him.
Dude, I've
It's too fucking late.
every time I've ever seen her, I've been hammered out of my mind. So you know how well that went. But
If not, there's a video on the
So-
Chanarant page.
point being that like we're looked down. That was just another point of us being looked down, and bagpipers were looked down on. So Cahill, we were talking about the hierarchy of pipe bands, right? Or pipers in as far as musicians go.
that's a good segue into that is trying to maybe do some good hard hitting investigative journalism and find out like
You are our investigative journalist, so
the in the field reporter.
Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, our pipe band investigative specialist, Sean Cahill, reporting live.
Yeah, the weather. It's hot.
all right, go ahead. Tell us. We had a good idea. We're gonna work on this.
Yeah, we
Go ahead.
have this theory that like honestly, we talk a little shit about the Renfest type folks.
Yeah, we play at a gig, or we play at games, right?
We play games, and we kind of feel like we're a cool fucking cat. Like every motherfucker in a pipe band is like a cool dude, and it's all cool. We have fun, we have a good time, and
When realistically, it's just the three of us.
It's true. We're rock stars of the Highland
Yeah,
Games.
true. And from the outside, people are going, these fucking nerds, like, look at these guys, like, and then when, like, so if you go to a Renfest, or I'm just going to use that as the example because it's the only one I could think of offhand, like, you're like, holy fuck, look at some of the nerdy shit going on
Look
around
at these
here,
losers.
but they're probably,
These
like,
fucking douchebags.
yeah, and they're, like, who are they looking down on? Like, is there
To be
a
fair, I don't have to go to
hierarchy of-
Renfest to do that. We see it at the Highland Games every year. The guy with the sword, and you're like, look at this fucking guy. You know?
We'll say.
Yeah, there you go. I mean, that's at every Highland Games. It's the same way. So, like, all right, so you're going, what the fuck is this guy's story? So, like, I feel like, first of all,
I'm gonna be devil's advocate here because I think, I'm in favor of the weird.
No. We're not
Red
saying
Fair people.
good, bad, ugly, but listen to his point, and you'll see where we're going with this.
Like, I get that. I dig the weirdness about that stuff too. Like, I'm good with that. But what I'm trying to say is like, like if dude walks by like full knight costume, rolling by at the Highland Games, you stop what you're fucking doing, and you're like, what the fuck is this guy?
Yeah, all the
doing?
pipe band people look at that guy.
Right?
They look down at that guy, right? Yeah. So.
Well, if you're
I don't
Cahill,
know if
you look up
looking
to him.
down- you look, yeah. Like I don't generally look down to anybody. All right, like because.
Well, I mean, you've probably been in an aircraft before.
So go on with your point. Go on with your point.
Right. So I mean, I wonder, like at their little gatherings, their Renfests and that kind of stuff, their night meetings of the round table type shit. Did they fucking like they talk mad shit about like LARPers or whatever it is, the guys that go out and fucking do like full on fight scenes?
Yeah, or
Dude,
like
I can
Civil War
actually,
reenactors or
I
whatever.
can offer some insight here because I know a bunch of people.
I figured you could because you probably are in all those clubs.
No, but I know a bunch of people that are like way into the fucking Ren Fair scene.
Yeah.
That like do like the
Like,
costumes.
who do they look down on? Because that's what
They
I'm
don't.
curious.
So
They
here's,
must.
dude. Let me tell you. This is what fascinates me about this
That just
subculture.
makes me a piece of shit. Then I guess.
No. It's not even that. Like, this is what fascinates me about like the subculture of the Ren Fair folk, is that not only like they're so weird and so like outcast essentially in like day-to-day life.
Mm-hmm.
These people get together for fucking like weeks at a time, especially from the traveling groups, the guilds,
Mm-hmm.
and they fucking like camp together and just hang out and just like I mean, it's just a bunch of ugly people fucking. Like, like they don't look down on anyone. They don't shit talk anyone. They're just like, we're gonna dress.
Maybe they look down on gypsies.
They're like, we're gonna
that?
dress in funny costumes and get drunk, and then we're just gonna be a bunch of ugly people fucking
orgies.
intense. Yeah. I mean,
So
it's
what
crazy.
I'm asking you
that community
though is like when that
community fucks more than we fuck,
together. Yeah, when they're together though, and some fucking buddy that's not dressed like that or kind of in that little subculture comes in and wants to hang out and is talking, and then that guy leaves, they don't be talking mad shit about that person. Like,
I don't
what the
think
fuck
so.
is that guy's
I don't
deal?
know.
Like, what a
yeah.
fucking weirdo.
It's
you know
human
what I
nature.
mean?
Everybody does.
You think
Just-
so?
I can't-
Yeah, dude, I guarantee
maybe.
they're doing it.
Like, I'm
It
trying to
was
think of, like, what
probably
does that
actually
person
you.
look like?
It was
It's probably
you.
me.
He looks,
I left, and I'm like,
Yeah,
man, they
like-
were crazy nice, and like, that guy was a fucking prick.
yeah, what the fuck is that guy?
The fuck is he on about?
Fucking loser, yeah.
I think they look up to pipe band people. That's the question of which group do they look down? There must be some.
I don't think they look down on anyone.
And
well,
then I
you've been
think
to
it's
Ren
all
Fair, right?
cyclical too, because it probably circles back around to some point where they look down on the pipe band people. Like, look at
Yeah,
this.
somebody
fucking
out there
idiots,
does,
like-
right? Well,
Yeah.
Like, what's the most opposite thing you could do? Like, if I walked into their little Ren Fair camp with a coffee and a suit with a briefcase, like, they'd just be like, oh, that's a guy going to work. I wish we had jobs.
No,
He probably makes pretty good money.
He probably doesn't have to fucking attend.
maybe they look down on the petting zoo people, or the guy that's fucking running the camel shit, or what. I mean, they're like, oh, look at that guy. That guy's a douche. I don't know.
Well, I don't know. Maybe. Who knows?
Maybe the kids, the
There's
bouncy
gotta
house people,
be.
the
There's got to be some
Carnival.
kind of hierarchy.
You know, this is a great opportunity to outsource to the audience. Audience, if you're still listening at this point, why? And B, if you're into the Ren Fair culture, if that's kind of your game, you know, we want to know who do the Ren Fair folk shit on? Is it just like wild animals? Is it the sanctity of parks?
Do they shit on a glass table while somebody else is underneath it? And
Filming in 4K.
what's that
hopefully.
called, Cahill? I know you know this.
It's called K-hilling.
It's called a glass boat, isn't it?
I don't know that one.
We're
I'm gonna have
feeding
to- I'm
back
gonna
too.
Google-
Cahill, are we
Google.
feeding back through you?
I'm not hearing it.
I heard just a little bit muted. And everything's off around me.
Yeah, there you go.
Is that the chili dog or the glass boat? What are we talking
It's
about?
not a chili dog.
No, that's what. No, that's. Should we explain what a chili dog is?
No, we fucking shouldn't. Let's save that. All right. So gigs.
Yeah, we're back to that.
Gigs. I think that it's important. I don't know. In my mind, you got to teach people how to treat you, right? So maybe instead of just whinging about it, even though that's fun and makes for great podcasting, maybe we need to think about, some actual tactics we could deploy to not have people treat us like shit when they hire us for things. What are your thoughts on that? What's worked for you in the past?
I think that being treated like shit is kind of a broad statement too. Like, I mean, for the most part, I haven't ever gone to a gig and been like, God, that guy was a motherfucker. I should have charged him twice what I asked for or whatever. Like, I've never had that bad of an experience to where I'm so pissed off I want to fucking like throat punch somebody or whatever.
But also, you only get hired like twice a year.
Yeah.
Right. So,
Cahill's got
I mean,
a real
that's the other
job,
part is you actually have to try to get hired and then figure it out. But
He's only been hired by one person that he wants to punch in the throat, and it was me at the Vegas
yeah,
game.
and that's Fusco. That's
I can
when
tell you
drive
about. I can tell you about lots of people that I want to punch in the throat.
Right.
But it's not. I wouldn't say necessarily they treat you bad. I mean, that happens once in a while, but it's more like just general stupidity. Of the hierarchy of things that I have to play. Weddings, for example, I fucking hate. I mean, funerals are super easy, right?
Yeah.
You go in, you play your fucking thing,
Yeah.
you get out. Weddings can be.
And realistically,
any-
the client's not going to comment too much because they're dead.
Well, yeah. But, I mean, weddings can be a whole nother. You just never know what you're going to get. You could get a bridezilla. You could get somebody that wants, like, some tune. Like, literally, I got asked to do a tune today that it's like some, like, 1920s jazz tune. It's like swing high, swing low or something. Somebody asked me, like, do you know swing high, swing low? I'm like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
You
Where
realize
did you
this
come
is a
up with that?
bagpipe,
Yeah,
right? Yeah.
Where did you come up with that idea on the
fuck is
bagpipes?
that?
I thought he meant like, swing low, sweet chariot. I thought that's what they meant, and I'm like,
Racist.
so I went and looked it up, and I was like, nope, that's not it. It's some like weird ass jazz tune from the 20s. I'm like, why? Who thought of that one? This is a funeral.
Like, you know what I want to hear? I want to hear swing high, swing low on a bagpipe. That sounds great. That certainly won't sound like throwing a bucket of cats into a river.
Oh my God! I've got.
Now listen, kid. Play me swing high, swing low, or if you know what's good for you, you get a knuckle sandwich.
Dude, I got to ask for what's the one.
Otherwise, I'll shine your shoes with your own teeth, boy.
The only one I ever accommodated was I got asked to do like that Josh Groban song, like "You Lift Me Up" or whatever that.
How does it go?
You lift me up. I don't know the rest of the words after that.
All right, internet, sample that shit out. I want to hear it. I want to hear the dubstep remix of Fosco doing "You Lift Me Up."
I got asked to do that, and I'm like, well, it kind of fits in our scale, so I made a really bad version of it. But yeah, I could do it. But like, something went wrong there. So I get stupid stuff like that. I mean, like where people like don't understand what bagpipes are, and they're like, can you play? I don't know. Like,
can you play Moonlight Symphony by?
Yeah, just crazy ass
Moonlight
requests.
Sonata.
Like, how about you just let me do my thing? Like, tell me when to show up, and let me make it like good, and then let's just move on with our lives. Like, why are we making this complicated?
Just trust me to be the professional. Like, no, I don't think that the Hokey Pokey would be appropriate for your child's funeral. Like, doesn't. I don't care if it was their favorite song.
It's their favorite tune.
That doesn't seem appropriate right now.
Yeah, no, I get tons of that like kind of stupidity, but I mean, nobody's really bad to me, I guess. I don't know. I'm trying to think of.
And if they were, you liked it.
True, probably. Yeah. I mean, I don't know. It's never. I don't know. It's in the hierarchy of shitty jobs. I could be digging a ditch. I could be fucking putting asphalt down in Vegas in the summer, you know what I mean? But I'm not. So it's hard to complain too much.
Yeah, I mean, you play like 2 bagpipe gigs a day, teach for an hour, and then just wank and play video games.
Exactly. It's fucking brilliant.
You said it's hard to complain too much, but we have spent the last 48 minutes complaining about
Yeah, no, you're right.
shitty gigs, so it's definitely not hard.
The shitty gigs really come into play when it comes to like band stuff. It's not so much solo stuff that bothers me.
Right.
I will say too, for every
like where it is or whatever, like that.
For every shitty gig, there's like 100 good ones.
I would, yeah.
Yeah.
Probably.
So we're running a good ratio.
Yeah. No, but yeah, I don't know. It's not. I don't know. It's not that bad.
So you don't know.
I just don't know. I mean, I got ideas.
So is there any one gig that somebody calls you for and you go, nope, absolutely fucking not, I ain't doing it?
Ooh, that's a good one. Burns Night.
For years it was. That was
for years it was Burns Night. We do it anyway.
3 years we've asked
the past I think 2 or 3 have been really fun.
Okay, I can go off on this. All right, because we must be getting close to the end here.
We're getting close. Let's finish strong.
I will rant about this. It kind of goes back to Josh like talking about earlier about like what demonstrates appreciation, but it's very clear what demonstrates non-appreciation. So like we had this for years, and they're like, I guess it goes along with the exposure thing. Hey, we can hire you. Will you play this gig for us? Say it's, I don't know, Burns. It could be Burns Night. It could be whatever it is. Some Scottish thing or whatever. Like, oh, you'll get to play in front of a bunch of people. Like, blah. I've played more in front of more people than you could imagine. It doesn't matter to me. Or
fucking big shot Fusco over here. Jesus.
we're gonna play
rolling into town on his big white horse.
Here's the best one.
Fucking douchebag.
Here, you show up and we'll feed you.
Great. Oh, yeah, that's your payment. Yeah, we'll give you a beer and feed you.
Because I'm incapable of feeding myself.
Dude, I get that all the fucking time. Like, you show up.
Are you actually, like, literally physically going to fucking feed me, like, with a fork and fucking knife and cut my food and feed it?
Dude, I can't tell you how many times I get that offer. Like, well, we'll feed you. Like, nope, my price is this. Well, but you can do a shot of whiskey with us. Like,
you can take my second daughter as your wife.
But I don't want to pay you $250, but you can take my daughter.
And you can't bring her back, see?
And she's a biter.
Dude, I get that all the time. Like, and they're like, oh, by the way, are you okay with my price? They're like, oh, wait, there's a price? Yeah, motherfucker. Of course there is. Like, there's a lot of shit that goes into this crap. There's the cost of the pipes.
What about other local? What about other local pipers undercutting your price, or
Oh, we've definitely had that.
Yeah, that's
or like
actually a really
doing
good
shit
topic.
for free because they. What's that?
It's a really good topic because you and I have had this conversation before because largely we charge similar rates.
We tried to for years.
And like I charge more than you.
Yes, you do.
Even though you're better than I am at playing bagpipes, and for me it's all economics. It's the opportunity cost of me not working something else.
Yeah, that falls. Yeah, definitely.
Right,
And also if I price myself at a certain point, I don't have to play a bunch of shit. You know, it's like I'll price myself here. And
Hence the 2 jobs a year.
Yeah. If I price myself here and someone's like, oh, well, but I really want you, I'm like, okay, then I'll do it. But a lot of the time I'm like, I could be making more money working.
Yeah,
Right.
no, I don't have that problem.
Well, and you have interesting kind of like, and I don't know how much in the weeds we want to get, but like you have interesting kind of pay structure. Like you have a rate
For different
based on
types of
travel.
gigs.
You
Yeah.
have like a second hour is like a discounted rate, which I think is really interesting. When you first explained it to me, how you break it down, I think it's fucking fascinating because I never put that much thought into it. I was like, this is how much I charge.
Yeah, no, I definitely, like, I charge a base amount for showing up and then every hour after the first hour kind of thing. And it took me years to, like, come to a price schedule that sort of worked for me. But, yeah, no, it really helped a lot once I figured that out. I'm still figuring it out for the band because depending on the day,
Depending on the
changes.
people, yeah.
But for myself, it never changes. Like, so I have a price for a funeral, price for a wedding. If I'm playing nonstop for an hour, then it's different. You have to feel out what.
How much does it cost if you bang the bride 2 days prior to the...
Hey, Cahill's Corner is over.
Yeah, dude, stop bringing that up.
I think that actually
Why am I bringing up old shit? Don't bring up
I think
old
that
shit.
I think that knocks a couple $100 off the price.
I'm pretty sure we did that wedding for free, if I remember correctly. Well,
You did it after that.
Well, in that case, yeah.
Well, I mean, I earned a little something.
Well, it wasn't free. I mean, it cost you a case of chlamydia
Well, yeah, it was. I had to buy that horse pill that, at the CVS or whatever. But
because your dick was
Little
crying.
roto-rooter to the dong, and you're back in fucking business, man.
woohoo, let's go. But yeah, no.
Is there supposed to be snot coming out of my mushroom tip?
Oh, Jesus
I
Christ.
just feel so hot down there.
Yeah. I just feel hot and itchy all the time.
That's because you're going through.
Anyway,
your
but yeah,
change.
no, I think it's a pay structured thing. I think it's interesting. I don't know. Speaking to your point, Cahill, usually when it's like the fucking asshole that'll play the gig for free, that's usually me, depending on what the gig is, because
You dick.
it depends totally on what it is, because I do a lot of outreach type shit, and I'll do stuff sometimes depending on what it is for the exposure bucks when Fusco will not do it or won't send the band to do it.
That's true.
we've
Please
talked
tell
about
me
that
none of
before.
your outreach involves like a suicide hotline or anything like that.
That's my night job.
That's your night job.
Yeah. People call in like beep, boop, 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 boop. Suicide hotline, this is Josh. Yeah, I'm thinking about killing myself. Do it, you pussy.
Yeah, why the
calling
fuck are
me?
you calling me?
Why wait?
I'm not going to help you.
This could have been a text.
Could have saved me a lot of effort here.
Would have been a lot less awkward.
Now I have to unpause my YouTube video I was watching because of your bullshit.
And by YouTube, he means Pornhub, but either way.
But yeah, no, I think it's an interesting topic to get because, well, I mean, Cahill, enlighten us. Like, for your band, is that a big problem? People trying to like undercut and swoop gigs?
Not for band stuff, no. The bands actually in the Phoenix area here but are really good about kind of keeping in the same neighborhood of what they charge and all that. So I haven't noticed any if it goes on. But the solo gigs absolutely happens all the time. I'll get a call for a funeral or whatever, and again the same shock that we actually have a fee. They assume that I just take my days that I'm not at work and I go out and I play funerals for random strangers for absolutely no
For no
return
reason whatsoever, yeah.
whatsoever.
You're just
So,
crashing the funerals for the poon, man.
Yeah. I mean,
right out of the kindness of my heart,
I have done that, to be fair.
Crashed a funeral for the
yeah,
pin
and
well,
then-
not crashed a funeral, but I have picked up Poon at a funeral.
that you played at.
Oh, that's a whole separate.
Yeah.
That's a whole.
That's
separate
that's
ballgame
dirt.
there,
That's
too.
Dirtbag Olympics part 2.
Oh, we'll get
Yeah.
into that one. That's a whole other story.
Yeah, you are. Yeah, there is no doubt that that goes on the list of reasons Fusco's an asshole. Especially.
It's a long fucking list. All right, and on
Hashtag Poon at the funeral. I don't know.
all right, and on
We
that
gotta
note,
actually start numbering this list as well.
gentlemen, we are just about at time.
Is it?
Are there any parting words, Andy, for the audience?
I would just say, if you're going to hire a piper, show them some respect because they put a lot of time and effort into what they do, unless they're one of the douchebags that don't and they sound like shit. But always ask for audio or video. I would suggest
Yes,
that's a
good
idea.
one. Yeah, I'll ask for a demo.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah.
Cahill, what you got for us?
I will be back next week with another edition of Cahill's Corner.
Cahill's Corner. That's your music.
We didn't say anything that asshole-ish this week, I don't think. So we'll see how you do.
I got some
I would
shit. I
check.
got a list.
I
Don't
would
worry.
check the
Don't
fucking
worry,
feed. Yeah, I think on the topic of gigs, I would say that Fusco's right. Get a demo beforehand. Know who you're hiring. Try not to be an asshole. Try to give accurate directions. And of course, if you're an agent, kill yourself.
Yeah.
This is the Chanarant podcast. I'm Josh.
This is Andy.
And Sean.
We say there's no delay, but I feel like the delay might just be in his brain. I'm not sure.
That delay is always there.
We appreciate y'all listening, both of you, everybody, both people that have made it this far. A little shout out to Rab for he gave us a shout. Did you hear his podcast this week?
I did listen to it, yes.
It was good. Yeah, it was a good one. I didn't understand the segue to us, but he gave us a shout out anyway. And
Well, no, he was
take it.
referencing Robert Cody coming to play with us, and he kind of said, "Oh, those guys are good guys." Blah blah blah, whatever. You know,
Cody, if you're listening, I'm looking forward to seeing you.
he's not coming. I didn't tell you.
Cody, if you're listening, you're a fucking prick.
Go fuck
Yeah,
yourself.
go
You
fuck
prick.
yourself.
You prick. You.
Ah, you prick.
You
Yeah.
left us on a fucking.
Yeah, we wooden rod.
Your bass drumming is shite, mate.
So that's episode 4 of the Chanarant podcast. As always, we appreciate y'all listening.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Check us out on Facebook and TweetSpace and MyGram and Vine. I don't fucking know. Whatever we're on now. And have a good evening. We will see you next week with the world's worst bagpiping podcast.
Woohoo! Cheers, y'all.
Yeah, man.